Hello, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Sudoku with Tsvetii. I'm your host, as always, Tsvetii, and we are having a good day. Other than a couple things going on, we are having a fantastic day. I did very well at going to the gym and working out. I actually tried and was exerting myself at the gym. And normally when I go to the gym, I kind of just do general weightlifting just for kind of maintenance, just because I, one, don't want to hurt myself before work. And two, I think there's just been always that little creep in the back of my head that I've never really quote unquote trained in the gym before. I don't know what feels, I don't really know what I should be looking for the most part. And I think that kind of admission has helped me with my gym going experience and lifting. Just kind of being open to be like, hey, I actually may not know what I'm doing. And I think that's hard for a lot of people to do. Just to admit that they need help. And I think that the more we revolve on this little rock that we are ever so slightly perched upon, that it becomes so easy to just be digging your own trenches and standing by your own gut beliefs. And of course, that has their place. I'm not saying to not have your beliefs or anything like that, but it is so easy to reject any other ideology or any other thought if it goes against you, because it is truly all you've known. I think that having a fresh perspective on things is super important. I was about to say super serial, like Al Gore in South Park, but I think that is ultimately what I want to get to today, is to have to not engage in other perspectives, but to entertain other perspectives, to allow yourself to hear someone out. And I know that some things that you may hear, especially with the news cycle, whether you're a conservative or liberal, Republican or Democrat, you hear one thing and now you're vehemently opposed to the other. And it's always, they did this to us, they did that to us. And I think that what my goal is for you today is to give an outlet, whether it's a news outlet or a YouTube channel or anything like that, and give an outlet an opportunity. I'm not saying to change your entire life. I'm not saying to change your core beliefs or anything that you stand for. I'm just saying to listen to someone for the sake of an attempt to understand them. And this is not there are good people on both sides. There are certainly bad people on both sides. And what I believe is going to be important, especially in these next couple years in our country, is being able to bridge the gap and close the gap of political extremes, because I think that is going to be the only truly beneficial thing we can do, is to just, what I've been talking about this whole time, just kind of take a breath, listen to what they are saying, not with an open mind, but with an open heart. Not so much that you are enveloped in their ideologies or anything like that, but to hear them out as a person. And whether or not they hear you out if you say something is entirely on them. And it has nothing to do with you or your validity or anything like that. The point I'm trying to get across is to kind of like what I just said, honestly, is to have a closed mind but an open heart, and that you can still stand by your beliefs, but allow other people to have their voices be heard. And that can go for a lot of things in life. That can go for, politics. That can go for, a lot of other issues like socioeconomic issues that can go for almost anything, especially in this world we find ourselves in this rock we find ourselves rotating around, or the sun we find ourselves rotating around. 5 and 8. But I think more than ever now, it's time to just allow people to be people and not, spew hatred just for the sake of spewing hatred. We know one of these is going to be a 4. We're also missing 5, which we're missing a. That's not very helpful, unfortunately. But I digress. 5, 8. So that's 5 and 8. So we know that this will be a 4 and 6, which means this is 5. Means this is 5. And there's also, we know that 8 has to be over here. So this is 5 and 8 right here. We get rid of that 4. And if that can only be 4 and 6, and that can only be 4 and 6, this has to be 5 and 8 right here. Which kind of opens the door for a couple other things. Like we're just missing 2, 4, and 6, which would make this a 2. Why? Slow down. I was about to say this could still be a 4. That's, that has to be 3, but that can be 4. Okay. We know 4 and 6 are in the middle over there, which would make this 4. And this would be a 2, 4, 6. There we go. Took a little second. And going back to the general gist of the video is, it's okay to just take a step back and to listen, which I believe is a very underrated skill nowadays. And something you should do your homework on. We know that could be a 5. We know this could be 8. That could be a 5 or an 8. No, it cannot be an 8. 5, 8. There we go. It's all turning up, Tsvetii. Anyways, I hope that you have enjoyed this little discussion we have had today, and hopefully you have grown as a person, maybe, or have opened your ears to a different perspective that may be different than. And that I hope that you have a great day wherever you may be, or night, whenever, wherever, and whatever time you are listening to this. And I hope that you have a great day. Take care, stay safe. Remember to comment, like, and or subscribe, and I'll catch you again next time. Goodbye.